you have already done great things. Plus, why we're all feeling a little unsettled right now, regardless of how much or how little has changed.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a Tuesday. It is May 5th, 2020, Cinco de Mayo, falling on a Taco Tuesday. Could it be more perfect? It's day 233 of Gotta Get on Ellen, and it is day 23 of hashtag Hopefulist Challenge. I hope you're taking the challenge. I hope you're following along with me. I hope that you are feeling better. You've been following along 7 more days till you're feeling much better than you were 30 days ago. Some sad news to report this morning. Don Shula. Are you familiar with that name? He has died at the age of 90. Very nice long life. Now, he was the winningest coach in NFL history. He's still like 46 games ahead of Bill Belichick, who, of course, is on course to maybe be the winningest. I don't know. I don't know if he's got he's got a couple more seasons left in him. He could take over this title, I'm sure. But if you would like an example of expecting greatness, look at some of the articles written about him today. Of course, whenever somebody passes away, they do a whole retrospective on their life. And they're talking about how great he was and how fun he made it to watch the game and what he expected from the guys on his team and what he would instill in them. Only coach ever to have a perfect season. Only coach ever to have a perfect season. Check some of that out if you get a chance. I found a really cool article on MSN this morning about all of the different feelings that we're feeling right now. And I've mentioned before that things with COVID have not really changed much in my daily life, meaning how I work, where I work, my actual routine. Now, obviously, I don't get to grab a cup of coffee with a friend or jump into a happy hour or have any of my book clubs. So, the social aspect of it is definitely different. But my day-to-day, not really that different, yet I seem to be struggling a little bit as well. Turns out I'm not the only one, and it's okay. Because I felt a little bit of guilt. I'm like, nothing has really all that much changed for me. And yet, here I am feeling like I should be doing better. Like I should be further ahead. I shouldn't be letting this affect me the way that it is. Turns out, I can let it affect me. It's a big deal. So stop being so hard on yourself if you are like me. I can only imagine how much tougher it is if you are actually homeschooling and you are freshly working from home. But we're all feeling a little less productive and more fatigued because we're not equipped for this. Like I said, this is an article on MSN. I also posted it on the Hopefulist group page. We're being told that our continuity is lost and we're feeling highly distracted. And for comfort, we binge on Netflix, on the extra bag of Doritos, on a glass of rosé, and that contributes to our inability to focus. Even those of us who are used to working from home are not used to all the extra stress. What we're facing right now is a very real threat, and a physiological response is inevitable. So our nervous system is shifting into high alert. It makes our heart rates and our respiration rates climb. We might have anxious thoughts. Our cortisol and adrenaline levels can increase. And mentally, it's difficult to concentrate on work details when you're reading about people dying. So there are some tips to help combat this feeling of powerlessness over this pandemic. First tip, maintain a new normal routine. I am very guilty of this. Now that I am not the only one staying at home, I don't feel like I need to get up, shower, do my hair, do my makeup. In fact, I'm doing less and less every week. I'm just kind of getting up. I shower. I don't shower every day. I've told you this before. I shower about every other day. Put my hair in a bun. Makeup. Why would I bother with makeup? I don't know if you recall, I used to post videos. Not so much anymore. You know why? Because I look like crap. And I don't care. So they're saying, don't do what I'm doing. Shower, dress, eat, sleep, work, practice self-care on a regular timetable. Number 2, give yourself some grace. Many of us expect ourselves to perform at pre-pandemic levels, like me. Have compassion. Assure yourself that nobody is performing at their peak right now. Number 3, find a substitute for your commute. We're all thinking we have all this extra time because we're not commuting to work anymore. But sometimes we just need to decompress on our way home from work, and we aren't given the time to do that right now. So find some time to decompress. Limit your news consumption. If we all take stock of the amount of time we have been spending engaging in the news, it's probably a fairly low return on investment. Number 5, try techniques that promote peaceful feelings. To calm our nervous systems and ground and center ourselves, we can try guided relaxation, deep breathing, or meditation. Number 6, acknowledge your increased demands. Even something as simple as picking up groceries for a neighbor adds to our stress, and many of us facing much greater demands like homeschooling, caring for sick loved ones, and managing a household where everyone is home all the time. Number 7, do the things you already know you should be doing. All the tried and true self-care strategies are even more important now. Eat right, take breaks, exercise, and spend time outside. And finally, y'all know it's my favorite. Practice gratitude, especially now. This is not me telling you. This is MSN. Gratitude unlocks everything. It's paramount, says the person in the article. Ask yourself, in what ways are you seeing life transformed for the better? How are you becoming a better person? There are some tips to help ground you in this time of uncertainty. And give yourself a little credit. Give yourself a little grace. Most of us are doing the best that we can. I'm hopeful that if you're listening, you haven't spent the last 2 months binge watching Netflix for 2 months straight, or any other Netflix type streaming service. But if you are listening to me and you've done that, at least you've taken a little time out for your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. And that will always help. Always help. And I really appreciate it. By the way, today's topic, I was trying to be a little funny. Some people appreciated it. Some people didn't. I wanted to know who needs a hair appointment more, you or your pet. Tucker's hair appointment isn't even, I scheduled it at her last one. And I think that maybe the groomer is leaving her hair a little bit longer on the top, on her head and around her face, because she has had bedhead for about a month straight. No lie. And her hair appointment is still about a month away. I'm hoping that she'll be able to keep her hair appointment. Mine has been canceled twice now. So who needs a hair appointment more? Would that be you or your pet? Roxanne says, that be me. Lori says, I won't own a pet that needs a hair appointment. Yeah, it's an added expense for sure. Sandra says that's a good one. I don't have a pet, but I saw one yesterday that is in worse shape than me. Lynn says all of us need a hair appointment. Mary says my kitty cat, she is a Himalayan, and now her mats are coming in. I had a cat that got mats, and it is not fun. It is not fun at all. Lisa says that's rough. Ha, ha, ha. I'm going to say my long-haired Chihuahua needs it a little bit more than I do. Is anybody trying to groom their own pet at home? I wonder. I know I've seen some people post on Facebook, but I know that the groomers here in New Jersey have been allowed to reopen with certain specifications. So some people are actually getting back to the groomers. Other people just taking it into their own hands, literally. Just getting the old shaver out and shaving it all off. Maybe that's what we should all do. Shave it all off. I'm going to move on to today's blog post. Today, as we continue to talk about faith, we're going to talk about you and how far you have already come. As women, we often feel guilty about tooting our own horn, but I'm here to tell you, toot away. I know my sister's chuckling right now. We always seem to focus on what we lack instead of what we have accomplished. Depending on your age, I'm sure you have been through some stuff. And guess what? You've made it through. You are still here. You may not be exactly where you want to be, but as you move into the future, have faith in who you are and all you've already done. Because faith is what we are talking about this week. Faith in ourselves, faith in our abilities. Some call it confidence. Let's take today to look back on everything we have accomplished in our lives. Focus for a moment on how far you have come instead of how far you have to go. I attended the Rise Live conference over the weekend. I know you all know this. You could still purchase a ticket, by the way, and go back and watch the replay and get all the knowledge. Just throwing that out there. Part of the teaching was a section where we wrote down a what-if statement. My examples were in regard to this course I've been working on and getting ready to launch for what seems like forever. Some of the what-if questions I have. What if I can't sell it? What if people don't buy it? What if people don't like me or the way I teach? These are my fears. But I can flip it around and make it more positive. Exactly the purpose of the Hopefulist. What if I do sell it? What if people do buy it? What if people love it and tell all their friends about it? Why do we always go right to the negative? We always go right for the negative instead of the positive. I don't have the exact answer to that yet, but I'm working on it. When you are tackling something new or something you've never done before, remember how much you have already accomplished. And you more than likely didn't know how to do any of that stuff. You are likely now at a place that you only dreamed of being at one time, whether that be your relationship, your career path, the type of parent you are, where you live physically. It's human nature to want more than what we have. So look back. What do you have in your life now that you didn't think would ever be possible? I was told I would never be able to afford a house at the shore in my lifetime because of how expensive they had gotten over the years. Guess where I live? It's not the exact spot I dreamt of, but it's pretty darn close. Wake up and see the water first thing every single day. See boats go past my house all day long. It's my dream come true. I've gotten pretty good, thanks to my gratitude practice, at reminding myself of how much I love what is in my daily life. I still look around in my house in awe and can't believe I'm lucky enough to call myself a homeowner. I look at my health journey, and although my food choices are far from perfect, I eat a heck of a lot healthier than I used to. I also rarely binge eat anymore, which used to be a regular happening for me. I have learned to turn to other comforts when feeling emotional. Do I slide sometimes and eat a half a bag of Doritos? Yes. It's one of the reasons I don't keep them in my house anymore. They are a trigger food for me. I know myself well enough to realize I'm better off leaving them on the shelf at the store. I'm also at a place where I can leave candy in my cabinet and eat one piece